Keith, let's start with you giving me a detailed explanation for all that's happened so far.
Asking me for an explanation, huh?
Today is supposed to be the day that my little sister has her wedding with someone, but why on the day of her wedding were you showing up to it wearing the groom's tuxedo? When I saw you walking in on my sister's wedding day as the groom, I was more shocked than actually angered with you. Even now, I'm having a hard time showing any other emotions besides shock because of how outlandish you've been.
Well, as you've pretty much seen everything for what it is, I shouldn't have to give you an explanation for what's going on here.
No, I deserve an explanation for all of that because I currently cannot believe my eyes.
Oh, for crying out loud, I guess there's no way I'm getting out of this without giving you a rundown, so I'll give you that explanation. I'm going to get married to your little sister, Joy, okay? I'm sorry for keeping all that a secret from you. Now, can we get to the part where you divorce me?
Huh? Since when have you been going after my sister, and when did she start to think it was okay to marry my husband?
Well, about half a year ago, I started to talk with her about my feelings towards her. She was working at the bar that I loved to go to a lot back then, and when she came up to me to get my order, she asked me if I was her sister's husband or not. That, I guess, is what you would actually consider the start to all this. And, well, from that point on, I tried my hardest to resist her looks, but man, did the image of me being her in my mind look amazing. And bam! She had a hold of me, and there was no other way for me to free myself anymore.
So you really were taken away by her looks?
Huh?
I know that I've already let you in on this whole story before, but let me explain to you one more time. The reason for why I left my family behind 5 years ago.
What? Why would I need to hear about that again?
My sister, Joy, she, for some reason, takes a liking in stealing anything I lay my hands on, whether that be things or people. And as for my parents, they're the kind of people that look past her doing that sort of stuff to me and love her with all their heart. So to escape such a hellish environment as that, I ran away from my home, leaving everyone in my family behind to start a new life where I didn't have to worry about Joy. Don't you remember when I told you the reason why I couldn't introduce you to my family before we were married was because of that reason? I guess you don't, because in the end, even you, Keith, even you became another part of my sister's hobby and have been stolen away from me.
Oh, come on now. I'm sure that you might just think that your sister is stealing me away from you without any actual emotion to it, but she really does love me, and I love her even more back. And you, of all people, being her sister, should be glad that she's finally found someone like me that makes her so happy. You being not happy to see that just shows how horrible of a person that you really are inside.
And the same could be said of someone that tries to have a wedding with his wife's little sister even before getting a divorce.
Excuse me?
To be honest, I never even wanted to be at my sister's wedding today. Well, either way, I'm going to head home now after this.
Hey. Things have only just begun, and I want you around to see it.
Do you actually think I want to stick around to see the end?
Huh?
You went out and told everyone that you divorced me, and that's how you got all your friends to make it to the wedding today. But those friends of yours that you went out talking to happened to be my friends as well, and figured out right away that something was wrong when the invitation said you'd be marrying my little sister. This isn't going to end well for you, Keith.
Huh? The friends that we both get along with know about this? I don't remember telling any of my friends who are your friends as well about this.
You did, but I won't tell you who. But those friends of ours saw that you sent invitations that you planned to marry my little sister. They were shocked to see that, but were even more shocked that you were doing all of this to me after everyone thought we had such a good relationship. Either way, people know just how messed up all of this is, and the word will start to spread, and everyone will begin to leave.
What?
You can choose to continue with the wedding if you'd like, but don't expect there to be many people remaining after learning about the crap you're trying to pull. Be ready to have the whole world pointing fingers at you for what you've done and calling you a freak and an idiot.
What? That's... Your sister and I were supposed to have a beautiful wedding today and be celebrated by everyone we invited.
Well, with that, in a few days, let's start talks about the settlement I plan to ask from you.
You're planning to ask for money from me now?
And don't plan on coming home today, okay? I don't want to see your face right now, and I don't want to be sleeping in the same house as you anymore.
Wait, Heidi.
I'll be going now. What the heck, Heidi? Hurry up and get everyone to come back to our wedding. Huh? Why are you asking me, of all people, to do that? If you want them all back there watching your messed up wedding, then you go get them yourself. But you're the one that did all of this, so you have to get them back here or else they won't listen to me. Just because your husband left you for me because I'm better in every way doesn't mean you can just start talking bad about us and getting everyone to leave the wedding we planned out. What the heck are you thinking? I didn't do anything to make those people start leaving. Those people were all told by a friend of mine, and they chose themselves to believe your wedding is messed up and leave. And I was out of there before everyone else started to leave, so how's that my fault? I'm not responsible for their actions, nor am I going to be responsible for getting them to turn around and go back to you. So go out and get them yourself. Come back here right now! Heidi! It's been destroyed. You may have ruined my whole wedding with what you did, but I'm still going to be married to Keith, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now just divorce him already so that I can have him. I am going to hand in our marriage papers soon, and then make sure that his parents understand that I'll be his new wife. Do you even know where his parents live? What the heck are you talking about? You are living with them right now, right? Huh? Those 60-year-old people that you're living with are his parents, right? I really want to come over there and introduce myself to them, but you're always sitting in their house with them and it's driving me nuts. Can you please hurry up and get lost already? Wait, could you be mistaking my foster parents for his parents right now? Huh? Foster parents? After I left you guys in that house, I had gone out saying that I was a foster child who had no parents. And that's when I was able to find my foster parents who took me in even though I was already in my late teens. Did you not hear about any of this from Dad? Just wait a second. That means that the gorgeous house that Keith and you have been living in is... This is the house of my foster dad. Then what about Keith's parents? To be honest, I've never met either one of them either. He told me that right after he got into college, his parents went through a tough divorce and then moved off to different places without him. And ever since then, he's been without parents, and that all happened a while back, and he's never even heard from them since. Neither of us even know where they went, to tell you the truth. Huh? So I've never met either of his parents, and he was at least able to meet my foster parents before we had our wedding. Are you kidding me? So you never even talked with Keith about who the older couple is that we've been living with? Because if you asked him whether they were his parents or not, you would have gotten your answer a whole lot sooner. He just told me that I wouldn't be able to see them at the wedding. Well, him being vague with you about it and there being no explanation isn't my problem, but I will say this. Your reason for wanting to marry Keith hasn't been for him, but rather this amazingly beautiful house that I live in right now, right? Well, you getting to live in that house all by yourself with that older couple isn't fair. So that's why I looked for your husband, and when I found the bar he went to often, I applied for a job there and was able to make my move. I planned to marry him so that I could get that house and live there as well. And what about the name on that house? I made sure to double check the last name on that house and everything. And I can confirm that the last name on that house is the same as Keith's. And that's because Keith took my new last name in the marriage. Huh? When I was adopted by my foster parents after running away from Mom and Dad, they helped me change my last name since I'm legally their child now. And so that would mean that both Keith and I share the same last name as the owners of this house. That's why the name on the house is the same as his last name, right? What the heck? How am I supposed to let you get away with some stupid reason like that? Why didn't you ever tell me you changed your last name sooner? I assumed you would have heard from Mom and Dad about how I found new parents and they adopted me. But to be fair, you never even listened to what I say anyway, and On top of that, after I ran away, you started to tell everyone you kicked me out of the house and that I was mentally ill. That was you spreading that rumor, right? Why would I care about you knowing about my situation after running away when you go and do things like that? Ah, that's right. How about you change your story about getting adopted and make it seem like I was adopted by them instead? If you let me become their child, then I'll let you have Keith back. What? All right, that's a pretty good idea, right? No, that right there is anything but a good idea. Why is it not good? I'm giving you back the man you love so much, right? In your case, you should be begging me to give him back to you. This is your chance. You think I'm still going to love the man that cheated on me with my little sister? Huh? That bastard told me why he went after you a little while ago and explained how much he loves you over me. As well as told me that you've been together for 6 months now. He told you that already? The fact that you're getting surprised by that is surprising. Then, what can I do for you that'll get you to let me be their kid? No matter what you do, you're not going to become their child. But that's not frickin' fair. You always get to have things your way, Heidi. Then, Joy, if you really want to become their new child, do you think you can speak 5 different languages within the next 2 years fluently like me? Huh? You have to be pretty globally sophisticated to be their child, as well as know a lot about my foster dad's company. What the heck? Why do I have to do all that? The reason for me being their foster child is because I helped my foster dad's business, and will someday be the one to take over their company. And that's going to be happening in the next 2 years, so I have to be ready. What? What does this even mean? If you can't do that, then stop trying to be their next child, okay? Also, in the next few days, I'll be asking for a settlement from you. A settlement? Why? Do you really think you could get away with stealing someone's husband and there'd be no consequences for it? Unlike all those times in the past, you're an adult now, and the only thing that can save you now is money, not your parents. So don't go trying to find a way out of this one, because you won't escape me. But you're asking for money from your own sister. Well, that's still up for debate, actually. Whether you really are my little sister anymore or just some stranger to me. But either way, I'm getting a settlement. You're kidding me. In my case, I had my husband stolen from me, so I have the right to take you to court and make you pay for the damages caused. So make sure you pay every penny I ask for, and then get out of my life. But this shouldn't be happening.
Hey, Heidi, you're asking me for over $60,000? Why do I have to pay you that much? You should only be able to ask me for a smaller amount based on me cheating on you, right? I already have to deal with paying for that failed wedding and the wedding ring, but now I'm being asked to pay $60,000?
Well, when it comes to that wedding you have to pay for, you used both our money to start paying for it, right?
Wait, what?
And as for some of the money that I had in my private savings account, you used it as well on that wedding. I don't know how you figured out my PIN for that account, but you took my money without asking.
So you want me to give that back to you, huh?
Well, when you add in that money you took from me in our shared account, the settlement comes out to $60,000.
But I don't have that kind of money right now.
Do you not realize that you stole money from me to use on a wedding with my little sister while we've still been married? If you thought that was okay, then I find it okay to make you go into debt to pay me back. And you have no right complaining to me now, right?
But for some reason I haven't been able to get any response from Joy about this, and now I'm on my own facing $60,000. Wait, what the hell is going on here? Why did I have to end up dealing with all this by myself? What did I even do that was bad enough to deserve all this?
Maybe go back and look at what you were explaining to me a little while back about what you did and my sister did. Anyway, I'm going to have my lawyer be the one to deal with you now. So take the number that's on that business card I left for you and talk with my lawyer if you have anything else to say.
And you're just gonna leave me now?
You already know the answer to that question, Keith. Now, goodbye forever.
Wait a second, Heidi. Having to get divorced from you in this manner? I don't have anywhere to go if you leave me like this. Heidi!
To start, let's talk about my sister, Joy. She had tried to get her parents to pay off the settlement I had asked for from her, but not even they had the money to pay for what I was asking. Just a little while back, the business they had ended up going bankrupt, and they had to sell their house in order to pay the bank, and have since then been without proper jobs. So with whatever money they all did have, they used to pay me, and then all had to move away into a small and worn-down apartment together. Joyce still hasn't paid everything off that I've asked for yet, but I'll make sure that she pays me little by little until she'd met the amount I've asked for. And now, here's what happened with my ex-husband. He had touched money that was not his in the first place, and even then, after using said money, he didn't have anything left to pay me that $60,000 I asked for. He ended up having to borrow money to pay the money I was asking for off. And then after that, was left with no place to go. He began stalking Joy in hopes of getting money from her, and also handed in marriage paperwork to the city office without her approval. But what happens next with those two now that they might get married will have to be saved for another day, when there's more time to talk. Hey, Chris, do you know where my bag is? The black one? I left it in the room with everything else of mine, but it's not here anymore.
What? I don't know anything about that black bag. Are you sure you didn't put it somewhere else that you're not remembering?
So you have no clue? Then what is this?
Huh? What is that? That's a photo of Rebecca.
That's right. And this is a photo that your ex-girlfriend had posted on her Instagram of herself. She wrote on it that this was a present from her friend, and she just loves it.
Have you been stalking Rebecca's Instagram or something? You need to stop doing something like that right now.
I wasn't stalking her, as she sent me this picture herself for no good reason. So what's that bag doing in this picture with her? Because that happens to be the black bag that I've been looking for. Are you really sure that you don't remember what happened to it?
I told you I don't know. Are you sure that she just doesn't happen to have the exact same bag as you?
You think she'd have the same bag as me? Well, I guess this all could just be one really big coincidence, right? Which is crazy because even the keychain that's on that bag happens to be the exact same one I had on it. You remember that one? It was the heart-shaped keychain that I got with my friend when we both went on vacation together.
Are you kidding me?
I'm the one that should be saying that, Chris. So we've come to the conclusion that this was all you're doing then? Hey, what the heck were you thinking? Taking something of mine like one of my bags and giving it to your ex-girlfriend as a present?
Well, she happened to take a look at your Instagram and told me that she wanted a bag just like yours. But you know me, I don't give a crap about bags. I had no clue where to buy a bag just like yours, right?
So that's your frickin' reason for stealing my bag and giving it to her? I'm not going to take an excuse like that for an answer.
Come on, you haven't even been using that black very much recently. I just assumed you didn't need it anymore.
It's not your decision to choose whether I still need something or not when it's my expensive bag. It was my bag, so I'm the only one that gets to choose what I want to do with it. And it's not just that that's a problem here, but also the fact that you took that out of my pile of things without telling me. And to top all this off, you tried lying to me saying you had no clue what happened to the bag, which has really ticked me off now. And all of this was done for one of the stupidest people possible, your ex. Why are you even talking with her anymore? You told me before that you and her had broken up a long time ago and you're engaged to me now.
I get that Rebecca is my ex, but she also happens to be a longtime friend of mine, so she's like a little sister to me. It's not my fault that I wanted to treat her to something she wanted, right?
You're telling me it's not your fault that you went and stole something of mine? Now listen to me, Chris. You need to start thinking about letting things go altogether with that woman. I understand that she's a longtime friend of yours, but she is also your ex, and you have a fiancé now, right? If you really viewed her as your little sister, then why did you date her? What is it with you wanting to give her anything she asks for all the time? You and I will be on dates together, and when she calls for you, you run off towards her. We even make plans to do something months in advance, and you'll cancel them to go out with her. I get that she was a good friend to you before you started to date, but could you stop all of this?
I'm sorry, but I'm telling you that there is nothing between her and I. I won't do anything like this anymore now, so just give all this up for me.
You've told me this plenty of times now about her, saying you won't do anything anymore. I think I've heard it over 10 times now, actually. If this does happen again, I will seriously not forgive you for it.
All right.
And as for my bag, I want you to get that back from her. I actually happen to really love that bag and use it more than you think.
What? You want me to get it back from her?
Of course you! You're the one that stole it from me and gave it to her.
Really? But after giving her something not too long ago and asking her to give it back so soon, that's a little wrong, don't you think? Don't you feel a little bad for her? I'll get you a new black bag, all right, Wanda? Just give up on that bag for me, please.
Huh? Why do I have to be the one to give up and walk away from all of this without any of my things? Don't you feel bad for me since you stole my dang bag? I loved that bag a lot, and I will not love any other bag like I loved that one. Go get that bag from her right now.
All right.
Wanda, I'm so sorry. I heard all about your black bag from Chris. I never knew that this bag happened to be your bag. I didn't know a thing about that, all right? Okay. If you had no idea that the bag he gave you was mine, then there's no use in getting upset with you about it. I just got a text from him, though, saying that he got it back from you now, so there's no worries between you and I. Well, if that's the case, that's fine. But hey, I just wanted to let you know not to get upset with Chris, okay? Huh? Well, he told me that you were really upset with him about this, and that seemed to really crush his spirits is all. I told him before when looking at that picture of you with the bag that I really liked it. And I guess he just really wanted to give that same bag to me as a present. I don't think he meant anything bad by giving me your bag. So, can you please stop yelling at him for something he thought was okay? I see. Well, for the time being, things are fine because he got my bag back from you. But the reason for me getting that upset with him is because he should know better than to steal other people's things like that. But you shouldn't be getting so upset that you start coming off rude, right? That's not good for anyone in the end. If you keep griping with him over something like this after today, you guys will soon lose the happiness you both share. And to be honest, it's not cute at all of you to be that upset with him. That's a good point. Well, I'll be a little more careful next time. Now, let me just tell you something now that we're talking. You'd better be careful around him yourself. As of right now, Chris thinks of you as his little sister, and that's his reason for wanting to be around you all the time and treat you. But if things like this keep happening, I'm not going to be a happy camper at all. We are planning to get married soon, so could you please think about distancing yourself a little from us? He's thought of me that way? I'm so sorry. He and I have been together ever since preschool, so that's probably why he sees me that way. Even I feel as though he's like my older brother or something. And when he and I dated for a little while, things really felt that way all the time. And to him, he thinks of you as someone like his mom. He said that when you get mad at him, it's exactly like his own mom getting mad. Is that right? Well, anyway, just make sure that you keep a little bit more distance from now on so that we can all be happy. Sounds good. See you again. I can't believe I was stupid enough to forgive you after that last incident with my dang bag. I cannot believe any of this now. I am done with all this.
What's wrong, Wanda? I told you today that I had a little get-together after work, and that you shouldn't try talking to me during it. Did you not remember me telling you any of that before?
What is it with you right now, that attitude you have? Are you drunk or something?
I'm not drunk. I just happen to have 5, maybe 6 drinks is all.
You're freaking drunk then. Well, who cares? Now, you tell me right now what's going on with this.
Huh? What's that a picture of?
I'm sure it's a little hard to tell by just the hand, but this is a picture that Rebecca just posted on Instagram. And when it comes to that ring on her finger, you happen to know about it, right? Here's a little hint, by the way. My engagement ring has been missing since this morning when I've woken up.
That. I happened to give Rebecca that engagement ring.
Why?
Well, Rebecca had been telling me lately that she wanted a ring to go with some clothing she bought recently. And the ring I gave to you happened to be perfect for her. So that's a pretty good thing, right?
I think so.
But I happened to forget about this thing called ring size. Your fingers are huge compared to hers, like hands from a gorilla or something. So I had a jeweler go and cut the ring, and then shrink it to her size.
What?
You're a lot fatter than Rebecca, I guess. I laughed my butt out when I thought about that.
You really must be drunk to be okay saying all of this in front of me. Stealing my ring from me and all?
I'll get you a wedding ring here soon, so who cares about that engagement ring, right? You won't be wearing that engagement ring anymore after that. So it's totally fine for Rebecca to have it, right? And since she's not a freaking fatty like you, she looks a lot better wearing it. Same with that black bag of yours I gave to her before. She looked a lot better carrying it around.
The fact that you've given your ex-girlfriend the engagement ring you gave to me even shows that something is very wrong with you. Just letting this go over like all those other things is not going to teach you anything. I'm not forgiving you this time.
What?
Take a look at this first. That woman put this picture on her Instagram a few days ago. 3, to be exact. And she commented that this picture was from her bachelorette party at a hotel. There are even more pictures of her there in a hotel room drinking lots of alcohol.
And what's that got to do with me?
Take a really good look at this picture, please. I want you to look in the mirror that's placed in the background.
The mirror? Ah!
Why the hell are you in that mirror's reflection? And why are you in it only in your frickin' underwear?
No, wait! That's not what you think! This is all a total misunderstanding. That's not even me!
What? That's not you standing there pretty much nude? I guess I'll have to go and ask some other friends of yours who they think is in that mirror. Maybe I'll even try asking your mom and dad about who this might be.
No, wait a second! You have this all very wrong. You seriously have all of this wrong. I already told you that there is nothing between her and I, right?
I wonder if you're really being honest with me when I have a picture like this as proof. You were at a hotel with a woman who is not even your girlfriend anymore, yet you had most of all your clothing off? Also, on this day, you told me you had to stay late for work because of overtime, right? All of the information is still saved in our texts, right? From that day? You've once again lied to me and gone out with her. Who the hell is going to believe there is nothing going on between you both now?
I'm telling you that you really have every single thing about this wrong. During that time, rain! There was a lot of rain. To get out of the rain, I went into the hotel and took all my clothes off to let them dry. And I just happened to run into Rebecca at the hotel where she allowed me to do that in her room.
What? Is that right?
That post she made on her Instagram must have been a stupid mistake on her part. She's just playing around is all. There's seriously nothing going on between us. Honestly.
So this is all in my head then? You think I'd say something like that about this? When you've been cheating on me with that woman this whole dang time?
Huh?
You thought this was the only picture I had as evidence of you both still being together? Ever since you started to get real close to her again, I've been on your trail. I even asked a professional to help me out. You've even gone over to her house to be with her and have some fun, huh? That pro made sure to take lots of videos and pictures for me. All of you being around Rebecca and doing all sorts of things with her.
What? You're lying.
What the hell was that about her being like your little sister again? You tell me you want to do things like that to your little sister? Frickin' gross. Makes me want to call the police on you for thinking something like that.
Wait, just hear me out, all right? I have something I really want to tell you about. So please, listen to me.
You don't have to be that freaked out about all this, all right? I'll let you explain why you did all of this to me right now. But of course, right after that, we'll be talking about you paying me an out-of-court settlement, okay?
Please just wait a second. I'll go and get that ring back from her right now. So please just listen to everything I have to say to you about this.
I don't need that ring anymore. It's not my size anyway. Just throw it in the trash or something for me now.
What?
I'm heading back to my parents' house. When I call for you to come over, you come. I want you to hear the full reality of all this in person while my parents watch. Rebecca! Good evening. No, I have nothing to do with him. So he's already told you about what's coming then? Well, then I don't need to explain all of this to you now. Was it fun for you? Going out with your ex behind his fiance's back and taking all her things? And texting me about all of this like you had no connections to what he was doing to you? Was that fun? I never meant for things to end up this way. He was hiding everything from me this whole time. I never actually thought he'd give me your engagement ring to match my clothing. All right, you can stop it with all the bullcrap now. You both must have been laughing about me while together all this time, right? Man, I have been waiting for this day for a very long time. I got a lot of photos of you both together, but I really wished I would have gotten more. Funny that you still went ahead and did all of this after that last warning I gave you, right? What was it that I said? Something about staying the hell away from us? But I never knew about all of this going on. Go ahead and tell me you never knew. That's a good one. Do your parents know about this? That you have yourself a sugar daddy? Huh? Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm talking about that anonymous account you have online. When I heard from my friend about it, I knew exactly who she was in all those pictures. You have that account to hide your life with Chris from everyone else, right? You happened to even post a picture of you with my black bag on it bragging about how Chris gave it to you, right? Remember that comment that said you thought you got a new brand bag, but it's secondhand? Well, that was me saying that. Anyway, this is how I found out about you having your sugar daddy. I really want to tell your parents about this right now. About you and Chris and everything that's come with it. Stop that! Please, don't do that. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. When you're posting things like this online, you need to be more careful about what's in the photos and when you take them. We live in a world where anything you put online can be seen by everyone, no matter how hard you try to hide it. This has all been a good learning point for you, right? I'll ask for your payment for this later on another day, all right? You'll be coming to pay it off, right? If you don't pay me, I'm going to tell everyone you know about this sugar daddy account. You're not getting away from me. After that day, I happened to get a load of messages from both Chris and Rebecca asking to talk things through. But I was sick and tired of looking at all the stupid excuses they both had for the crap they've been pulling, so I just left them both on red. In the middle of the night, I went over to Chris's place while he was with Rebecca and grabbed all my things to take back to my parents' house. And a few days after that, myself, Chris, and Rebecca, my parents as well as Chris's parents, all got together to talk. I laid out all the pictures that I had of those two and started the long story of explaining everything that had happened. Chris's parents became ghostly white while I explained everything, and I almost felt bad for the both of them because they didn't seem to have a sense of anything anymore. When I finished my explanation, I told everyone that due to Chris cheating on me while we've been engaged, I would like $22,000 from the both of them. And after all of that was finished with, Chris's parents went and took him back to their house as he cried, and my parents asked that Rebecca leave and never come back. Later, Rebecca's parents were told about what happened, and soon both Chris and Rebecca were disowned by their parents. And not only did they lose their parents, but most of their friends and coworkers found out about what had happened and started to lose them one by one as well. As of right now, those two are pretty much left with nothing and look as though they're never going to smile again. Chris has gone and brought Rebecca into his home, where they both live and never come out as often as they used to. I hope that the way I acted this time towards the both of them treating me like crap will make them regret everything. And I think with the money I've received from the settlement, I'm going to take a vacation somewhere relaxing. I'm already in the works of planning the trip out, and I want to make sure I have as much fun as I can knowing these two are living the worst days of their lives. Maybe I'll even find myself a new man on this trip. I am so looking forward to this. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hi, Vittorio. Are you working overtime today again?
Oh, hi Loretta. Sorry, I was just about to contact you and tell you myself, you see. I'm currently busy right now with the project I'm working on, but one of our team members says he can't work overtime today, so it was decided I would take his place.
That's what you say, but in reality, you're just so bad at your job that you have to do overtime to finish, right?
I don't think I'm that bad at my job, but...
Anyways, you're going to come home late today, right?
Yep. Judging by what I still have left to do, it'll probably be past 10 when I get home.
Is that so? If that's the case, then I'm going to leave the house and leave you the divorce papers.
What? The divorce papers?
I want to get divorced with you.
What are you suddenly talking about, Loretta?
Sorry, but I've already decided that I'm going to divorce you.
I'm telling you, what in the world are you talking about? I'm trying to ask why it is that you want to get divorced. It feels like you suddenly splashed a bucket of cold water on my face, so explain yourself.
You see, I got proposed to by my boyfriend.
What? Your boyfriend?
Yeah, today was our 1-year anniversary. We've been going out for a year now. We went to a restaurant with a nice view of the city at night, and that's when he said that he wanted to get married to me. To be honest with you, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I had already decided that I would get divorced with you as soon as he proposes to me.
Hold on, Loretta. This means that you cheated on me, right?
No, it's not like that. This isn't cheating because we love each other from the bottom of our hearts.
Oh, so you're going to use that excuse if it's not cheating, if it's true love?
Huh? What in the world are you talking about?
That's what almost everyone who cheats says when they're caught. They don't like how the word cheating sounds because it makes them seem like they did something wrong, which in reality, they did. But they deny it by saying that it isn't wrong because it's true love or whatever.
Huh? What's your problem? Why are you suddenly just accepting that I'm divorcing you? You're not even a little mad that your wife got stolen from you by another man?
Well, to be honest, I do feel a little shocked, but you just told me that you're cheating on me a bit too openly, so I kind of feel calm and a little exasperated. I mean, I guess this also means that I didn't really love you anymore, and I was just kind of living with you because you were my wife. I didn't realize it now, but you opened my eyes with this news of yours.
Is that so? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I don't care what you think anymore because I found someone so much better than you. You can do whatever you want from now on, for all I care.
That's so. Well, I'll ask you just in case, but you're not going to tell me later on that you actually don't want to get divorced when you were the one who asked for it, right?
Of course I won't. You see, my boyfriend is highly valued at his company and is soon to get a promotion. Unlike you, he isn't as useless to be told by his company to move to their subsidiary company as a demotion after your current project is finished.
I'm getting demoted. Where did you get that information?
You said it yourself, right? That your company was telling you to move to the subsidiary company once you were done with your current project?
That just means I was chosen to be one of the founding members of our new subsidiary company. It doesn't actually mean that I'm getting demoted.
Shut up. Unlike you, my boyfriend is both handsome and competent, and he's headed straight for a promotion. If you want to get back together with me, then you have to get a higher position in your company than him.
It seems like you've got no intention of listening to what I actually have to say.
Yep, I don't. I heard that truly competent people never work overtime. But you, on the other hand, are so incompetent that you work overtime almost every day. Not only that, but you're going to be moved to a subsidiary company once your current project is over. Someone like that doesn't deserve to be my husband, no matter how you look at it. I don't want to have to listen to a piece of trash like you.
I don't deserve to be your husband, huh? Well, now that I think about it, I seriously don't understand why you think so highly of yourself. I mean, you can't even support yourself with that salary you earn from that part-time job of yours. Anyway, I still have work to do, so I'll end our conversation here.
What? So what if I don't earn enough money to support myself? I only got a job in the first place because you kept complaining about how I just laid around all day. It's not my job to support myself in the first place anyways. It's yours as my husband. You're just so incompetent that you can't even earn enough money to do that. My new boyfriend, on the other hand, is different. Once we get married, I'll never have to work a day again in my life and do whatever I want all day.
Yeah. What makes you think I wanted to hear all that? By then.
Vittorio? Hey, I still have more stuff I want to tell you. Don't just go. You're going to agree to divorce, right? At least answer that. Vittorio, this is why people always call you incompetent.